Welcome to XCFL Primetime Action. It's your boy Regan here in the booth with me. I have Mr. Kevin Brackett. Kevin, how you doing today, buddy?
What's up, buddy? How are you, sir?
I am fantastic. Coming from a long day of work directly into working old Grizz's ass on the gridiron, and then working a little bit here with a should be a pretty good game. Who do you have in this one? Who's your prediction?
I think Brian takes it. I mean, he's more experienced. He plays smart, and he obviously has some headspace, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, if a guy says he's going Brian hunting and then like goes back and forth with himself 20 times before the draft and is like, "Nah, I'm not going for Brian." He does. He has a little headspace. I got to admit it. I love Drew. Drew Beliciousness. He's a classy dude, man, but he just does not have the sauce when it comes to beating Brian. So, definitely Brian on his home turf, he is the one who's the clear favorite in this one. However, I'm gonna go since we're not both picking the same team. I'll go ahead and go with Drew here. I think Drew's gonna pull off the upset. He won last time on a last second field goal after a lag out. So I'm calling it.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, we're gonna have
Oh
a lag
no!
out. I'm calling a lag out mid game. And then that Brian was winning beforehand, and then they switch to a different game. They just go full replay, and Drew takes it.
Hey, bud. You
Yep,
want
never
to
mind. All
talk
right.
about the
Yeah,
what
we're
just happened?
watching. So we
Cool.
just saw that run live. Still trying to get through our pregame, and we see a huge run there by the running back for Carolina. That'll bring up a huge 1st and 10 inside their own, well, not quite to the red zone, but to the 27-yard line. Very great start here for this Carolina offense, taking the opening kickoff and marching right down the field. Kyler Murray under center.
Running the ball is something that Brian's done so well this year. He's averaging 131 yards a game. Trey Carter is his running back. Gets a lot of touches back there, but he's got almost 800 rushing yards to go along with the 9 rushing touchdowns he's got, which is fantastic to be in
Yeah,
week 8.
I couldn't agree more. Carter's having a career year, and it's amazing what happens when a running back doesn't get hurt. A lot of guys kind of see that, and hopefully, knock on wood, of course, for Carter. And Carter's going to get the rock again. Plows right through one defender and gets stuffed after no gain. Brings up a 3rd and 3 from the 21-yard line. So, Bracket, just to make sure we're on the same page, I'll let you know. Actually, I'll probably just refresh because you seem like you're a little bit ahead of me.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, let me
Uh,
just refresh the stream.
Ooh, big incompletion there. Brian's going to have to go ahead and kick a field goal here to go up 3 early up.
Cool. I think we're a lot closer now. All right, and Barwin with the hold, and the kick gets driven through for a massive field goal to start off the game. Man, the drive started pretty well, didn't it, Bracket? But then it kind of seemed to slow down and sputter out at the end.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like Leon Lewis decided that enough was enough.
Leon Lewis, one of the best corners in the league, and proving that here with a massive incompletion. We couldn't really see that on the stream, but as my co-host Bracket deftly put it, Leon Lewis had had enough with that drive and forced a timely incompletion for the Hawks. 1st and 10, Jackson in the gun. Looking to pass, has a man open on the slant, and
Oh,
he
my goodness.
hauls it in. What a catch.
Way to hold on to that. That was a dangerous ball to throw.
No doubt. So, from a purely roster talent perspective, who do you think has the edge here?
Right now, it's Drew. According to Daddy League, of course. They've got him rated as an 88 overall on offense. Or not on offense, as an entire team. They've got Brian as an 83.
Very impressive. That roster was built very nicely by some of the Seahawks users come before. And it does help when you're losing as consistently as the Hawks were, and then you get a halfway decent, a halfway decent user in Drew, and Drew takes full advantage.
Yeah, man.
All right, brings up a 2nd and 6 from the Seattle 40. Jackson in the pistol formation. Ballantyne behind him. Ballantyne gets the run. Finds a nice little crease right up the middle and plows forward for a gain of about 5, but he can't quite get the first, bringing up a 3rd and inches.
I'm going to add a caveat to my prediction from earlier. If Ballantyne goes off today, Drew wins.
Wow.
Brian's really good at managing the run. He's held people to under 100 rushing yards as an average. As we know, Drew's one of his favorite things to do is to run the ball. So
that might say something about a certain Madden.
Big stop.
Wow, huge stop. What a massive play there by Denard Clay, the former Raven, coming up and making the tackle in the backfield and forcing a punt here on 4th down. However, he is within range to fake it if he wants to. I think he's probably considering it here if you're Drew. Yep, sure enough, here comes the fake, and that gets stuffed.
Oh, and he didn't get it.
That gets stuffed. Like I said, I kind of called it there. I got a little lucky. Kind of sensed that he was at the 40. It was a potential option, but a great play by that Carolina defense, stuffing the run yet again. What a play there. I know you're impressed by that, Brackett. You love to see that special teams play?
I've got a sore memory about that. Yeah, I think that it's a strong call if you pull it off in the early game. You really can kind of get in your opponent's head and make them do things differently.
Yeah, with Drew not getting that, though, it's a big loss, and you give your opponent great field position. Can't really give up a touchdown here after how well you've been stuffed by that defense. Kyler Murray coming out in the I-form formation, makes a check out to the left. Makes a check to his running back.
Ruiz.
How about that, Ruiz? There it is. Great sack. What a play. And here he comes in. Ruiz. Forcing a major play.
Currently leading the league in Defensive Player of the Year for the NFC. Miguel Ruiz has put on quite the show on that defense over there.
What sack does that make for him for the year?
Puts him at 17.
Wow. In 9 games?
In 9 games.
That's insane. No. Very, very good season for the young man.
Mm-hmm.
Kyler coming out in the gun after the sack on first. Making a check. And he's got the post route coming deep, but he can't quite see it. Great coverage downfield. Leon Lewis had the coverage on the outside, and the safety help was just enough to force the sack. The pass rush made it through. Looks like Drew's having a little bit of internet connection issues. Saw the screen briefly flash. I wonder if Brian's experiencing any lag right now. I know Euro lag's a thing. Maybe we'll call it Drewby lag. I don't know. Oh, great play. Perfect throw. Threading the needle in between 4 defenders. And Chris Tatum makes a great catch, bringing up a 1st and goal from the 4.
Man up on the goal line.
Kyler Murray, 1st and 10, hands off to Carter. Carter plows in for the touchdown. What a play.
Touchdown number 10 on the year for him.
Great season for the young man. Like I said, hasn't been hurt this season. Every other season, I know Brian's complained about his durability, but great season for him. You love to see it for the guy who's kind of struggled all year, or all cycle. All right, Brackett, if you're Drew here, what's your plan of action? Who you're going to? Who's your main man you're looking for on this drive to try and get your offense going?
I mean, you have to use Sean Jackson, right?
Mm.
He's just so good. He's got speed. He's got size.
Sounds a little
You
bit
saw
like
it right there. His release is plus 20 on this corner out here.
that's insane.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, he had him beat.
He did. He had him so beat.
Oh, no.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
Well, now you can't let that get in your head. You have to come up with something here. It can't. Don't go for the first down. Take something underneath. Pick up yards because 3rd and 18 is a tough play.
You hate to see it. Sean Jackson, or this is Tyree Jackson, calling a timeout. Doesn't like the look he sees. Actually, it was the Panthers defense calling a timeout. They didn't like the look that they were seeing. Saw Jackson trying to dial up an audible or a hot route. Well played. Jackson changing the play completely at the line. Hands off to Ballantyne. Ballantyne pushes forward for a gain of about 7 up to the 25-yard line.
I mean, you don't get quite as much as you would have liked, but I like it. Take the 7 yards and try to make something better out of this play.
Yeah, he basically did exactly what you said. Don't go for the first down right away. Just get about half of it, and he did. So it brings up a manageable 3rd and 11 compared to the 2nd and 17. Wide open crosser route to Sean Jackson. Who else? And that's a first down, Seattle.
Now, Drew obviously knows he's down 2 scores here at the end of the first. But he's got to not let that get in his head. You have to play controlled. You have to play smart. Don't make bad decisions. Because Brian plays clean. He doesn't make a ton of mistakes.
Somewhere pride is grimacing at the sentence that you just said, that Brian plays clean. Oh, man. All right. But you're right. He does. He's like a poor man's Jack in a way, where he kind of makes you pay for the mistakes that you make on offense.
Correct.
And here's Tyree Jackson handing off to Ballantyne again. He pushes forward.
What?
But fumbles, and McAllister falls forward. Could have had some open field.
Play.
We'll see if that gets reviewed. Sometimes those fumbles off the ground get overturned. That looked like to me that it was.
I think no way.
Yeah, I don't think it was a fumble. Watching, yeah, there it is. Booth review. That's going to be overturned.
Coming back, Seahawks ball, 2nd and 5.
Good deal. Love it when the officials go to the booth and try to make something right. It's one of the few things they do right in Madden, but that's another issue. All right, 2nd and 5 for Seattle, getting the ball back after the reviewed play. Tyree Jackson looking to pass, has a man over the middle. Wow, there's about 3 guys under that route, but he still tried to force it in there. That was a bold pass.
He just picked up this tight end for me, actually. He traded for Frank Brooks. And I think he was trying to get him a target there.
Clearly, he was going for him, hide, hair, whatever. He was going for him. I saw a play that I really liked in this formation. I might have to add this formation to my playbook. Whip it out on Tosh or something in the playoffs. Tyree Jackson in the shotgun.
Oh, no. There's so much indecision going on right now.
There is. This play has changed about 7 times.
And then he goes back to the original play.
Yep. Wow, and just whiffs on the pass. He had a man sitting there. It would have been a tough pass to fit in there, but when you overthrow it that bad, it's got about 0% chance of getting through.
You got to at least give your player a shot.
Definitely. At least throw it within the same time zone as the player, and surely you get a better chance of success.
Now, this is another big drive. Brian's got to put up 7 here. Put that distance. Make Drew feel the pain.
Drew said he was going Brian hunting. It was a win or go home type of situation for him. He's already 4-3 on the year. He could fall to 4-4. That could really put him out of playoff contention, especially in the loaded NFC.
Well, Wings is kind of running away with that division. Nick Boone and Drew are all struggling in their own ways. I think that there's a very clear opportunity for one of those three names to bounce back. But
Do you think Nick is tanking for Barry?
I wasn't gonna be. I wasn't gonna
Tanking for
accuse
Barry.
the man like that. Yeah, no.
Barry Brooks, the XCFL legend.
There's no way that he doesn't go in the top three, right?
Oh, easily. No chance. He's too good. There's
Just a hell of a throw right there.
That's a great throw. Breaking through that zone. Good move to get out of the pocket. Find a man open outside. It's a great pass.
So we can talk a little bit more about that later in the game if it gets out of control. We'll circle back to the futures draft, but
Yeah, true. Hopefully we don't have to do that, and Drew can make it a game. All it takes is one defensive play or one big offensive play, and we know that these Seahawks are definitely capable of it.
it's not out of hand yet. No, he just needs to stop. It doesn't matter how he gets it. Even a field goal here should be considered a win for Drew.
Clay Bigby with a big tackle there. Free safety coming up, making a nice tackle and run support. Brings up 2nd and 2. But yeah, I definitely agree with you, Brackett. This game is definitely in reach for these Hawks. They just have to make a play. Here's the same blitz we saw before. Oh, Ruiz almost slides through but gets tripped up. He definitely tried to make a play there on Murray, but he just couldn't get it to go. Big pass there by Murray. Taking the pressure, feeling the heat, and getting it out to the post route on a nice completion. Kyler Murray coming out in the gun. Carter to his left, making a check to his receiver. Still making checks. Looks to pass. Oh, great defensive play by the sub backer. You love to see that effort and focus out of one of those guys. Stream looked to be, it was Sean Compton actually. Really fast linebacker, great coverage. You love to see that kind of enthusiasm out of the kid. Murray handing off to Carter, going up the middle for a gain of about 7. They're going to call it about 6, though, and that brings up a 3rd and 4 from the 37. Kyler Murray in the gun. Carter to his right.
Just the deal and over to the left a bit.
Kyler looking to
wow,
throw.
what a nice throw.
Yeah, great pass there into traffic. Finds the man coming open late, and the offensive line holds up just long enough to let the man do his thing and make a great throw.
That's Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is still in the league.
He is still alive, doing his thing. About 30, 35 years old. Pretty good for that kid.
Wow.
Yeah. Hands off to Carter again. Carter gets stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. Hargrave on the tackle brings up a 2nd and 13 for Carolina. All right. Brackett, if you could do me a favor, and if you could open up the YouTube chat and kind of pick out some funny comments that you like, and we can respond to those in the...
So
Yeah, like to get a little bit of
certainly can do that.
Good deal. Nick Carter going right.
Uh-oh.
Oh, big juke move. Another great juke move.
Wow.
And plows forward to the 8-yard line, inside the 10 now for the Carolina offense. Great run by the young man, Carter.
Drew's going to have to stop the bleeding here. You can't let a running back average 10 yards a carry on you and hope to win.
He's just too elusive. He's making those defenders look silly. Almost
His
as silly
first
as
step is so fast.
almost as silly as Drew saying he's going Brian hunting and then putting up a performance like this.
Stop.
Okay.
All right, so we got 2 predictions here. We got Jacob Horn saying Brian wins 35-21. And Wings calling Drew winning 38-31.
Nick also calls Drew, Drew's cheesy outside linebacker, going to be player of the game with 4 sacks.
Yikes.
That's funny.
He said Leon Lewis doesn't deserve that praise. Leon Lewis is good, absolute garbage. Very nice.
Coach Kwok rolling up, saying Kevin sounds like he needs to borrow my toaster.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
you need to borrow his toaster?
I feel pretty good right now. I don't know. Oh, what a nice throw.
And an even better catch. Big old Chris Tatum making a catch over, I think that was Leon Lewis. Not a great play for the corner. Made a good play earlier here in about the same position. Couldn't do it same here. And Carolina goes up 17-0. Angela showing up in chat. Good to see you, ma'am. Oh wait. No, never mind. Sorry. She's definitely misspelling things. That's got to be Van. So there's no way that's Angela. I'm kidding. That's so funny. I always laugh when I see old Van Flank rolling up with his girlfriend's account. Maybe that's a thing. Like I think another guy was doing it too. It was kind of like a solid flex to be like, yeah, I play Madden, but I have a girlfriend and I'm gonna use her account to kind of prove that. It's a
coincidentally, I believe it was Drew.
Sick, dude.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's be honest. The page
game.
always rules the roost in a relationship. I was about to say that, and then my internet decided to cut out. It was like, nah, we're calling out a hit on your internet, so it's cool. Paige already working her magic. That's what we hear. Apparently, if you insult a Paige, you just end up dead. Like, your throat just gets slit immediately. So.
Whoa! What just happened? Whoa!
A pass by Tyree, and a catch.
What? No, you're way behind me.
Yeah,
you'll see what I mean.
Okay, we lagged out. Wow, that is very weird.
I mean, he gets the sack, which is kind of what you deserve for snapping the ball with a receiver on your offensive line.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen Madden pick up like that.
No, I have seen. I've
cycle.
seen that a couple times. It's more just a. Yeah, it's a fun time.
Hammer said, "How is this prime time?"
How is this prime time? It's because they're of the off the field beef between Drew and I think Drew. I don't think Brian even. I don't think it's possible to beef with somebody that you clearly have an advantage over, but. I don't know. I just think that due to the drama that ensued on team draft night, this was the most appropriate matchup to go primetime. And here's a great pass into double, triple cover. No way. What? That was triple coverage, and his man just hauled that in.
And a play action with 40 seconds left.
Yeah, also a bold tactic.
Oh.
And another catch. All right, this tight end's a god. I don't care who this is. I've never heard of his like Frank Brooks. I've
Frank
never heard of him in
Brooks,
my
yeah,
life, but he's pretty good.
85 catching. He's really solid.
We're gonna go ahead and refresh the stream, and wow, gotta love it when you get a nice spoiler because you refreshed it to pretty quick. But Tyree Jackson, we get a little
Touchdown.
replay here. Touchdown over the middle, wide open, and Seattle strikes back quick. And now, do remember, Carolina got the ball to start the first half, so Seattle will receive. The biggest thing they have to do now is hold them here in this last 30 seconds. Hammer said, Brian is cursing. Absolutely. Brian is like probably angrily, well, yeah, definitely
Winston.
cursing, but my guess is angrily whispering at his television, saying something like, no, I'm not gonna repeat that.
Yeah, no. We don't need.
I could
Wings is
hazard.
requesting
I'll
that
let
you
you
check
use your
Discord.
imagination.
Fantastic.
Bracket's actually my my chaperone.
I'm no reel it back in, dude.
Yeah. Usually
They gave
that's
me his
the
little hook staff.
usually it's the play-by-play guy that has to reel in the color guy, but we work opposite here.
Yeah.
Wait, another question is how is Byron Murphy still in the league at like 85 speed, and how the heck is he starting?
Playing him as a sub corner? I don't know.
Maybe.
Slot corner, I mean. Not corner.
But here is Big Dylan getting a massive sack, bringing up 3rd and 18.
Can you imagine Leonard Dillon with mixed cycles abilities? Just the man of that. Oh my goodness.
That's a
As time
big
runs
break.
out.
Yep, as time runs out. Kyler was hauling it, trying to get as far as he could, but slid for some reason. I almost feel like I had a big run against Tosh in the same situation with Lamar, and I just kind of juked about 5 guys on my way to the end zone. So, I mean, you gotta at that point just go big or go home. But he slides and plays it safe, and maybe he'll come back to regret it. Who knows? Bracket, I like to say it is a sauce or be sauced world. And if you're not saucing, you're getting sauced. And so we might see.
I'm not gonna say it that way.
Yeah, a very wise man said that. Trust me.
Wings put you in quotation marks. I think it's a little shot at maybe kind of a booger kind of comment, but he said Big Dylan with the massive sack.
Big Dylan. Yeah, Big Dylan. The big D tackle, but an even bigger play by the tight end, getting about a 30-yard gain on a nice little shifty move past the stripping defender.
It's a good look for Jimmy Miles. Oh, we're frozen.
I am also frozen. If it isn't my internet, it's Drew's internet. Drew's internet is probably trying very hard while Paige is playing Fortnite or something. Here's Ballantyne getting about a gain of 12, pushing forward to the 35-yard line. Was that a knock on wood that I heard, my friend?
Sure. Yeah.
Jackson looking to pass. Just decides to go for the safe dump off to Brooks. Brooks tries to push over 2 guys, but finally goes down around the 27-yard line, brings up a 2nd and 2.
I think that we should expect a Ballantyne touch here. Yeah,
Definitely see it. It looks
about
like
right.
Brian is also expecting it. And he barely gets the first, even in the face of the stout run look. Still runs it. Denard Clay with another tackle.
That's why Brian was playing drop show too.
Sounds about right.
Everybody at the line of scrimmage backed off first.
Yep. Here we go. Jackson throwing to Jackson. Jackson goes for the catch, but cannot haul it in. Would have been a massive catch here on the goal line.
Oh, he missed a wide open Valentine for a touchdown there.
He sure did. Here we go, 2nd and 10. Seahawks on the march. It looks like they have definitely snagged some momentum here after the score right before the end of the first half. Ballantyne with a nice juke, pushing forward, and they get the face mask penalty. Dave Lacey with a terrible play, forcing his team to have to defend the goal line on the 8. Seattle can make it a game again if they score here. 1st and goal for the Seahawks.
Gotta have a possession.
Jackson surveying the defense from the gun. Sends a man in motion, goes to the shovel pitch, and he's got it wide open. He just waltzes his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. They close the gap to 3 points, barring the extra point.
J.J. Johnson's 5th touchdown of the year.
The Jackson, and Johnson law firm is in full work. JJ, Triple J. I don't know. You could call. There's a lot of good potential nicknames there. The Jackson 5.
Jackson 5.
I put my offensive nickname up to a vote on Twitter. Learned the hard way that way. The one that won was the Cheesecake Factory. So I thought I had a couple other clever names, but yep, Cheesecake Factory is what won.
I think that that's more about the style of football that you play.
You think so? I would have attributed it to the to about the 3 full seasons of suspensions that I've obtained for Lamar Jackson in this cycle.
That's incredible. I still haven't managed to grab one, and I tried to get Hollywood suspended.
Carter with a nice little saucy cutback, trying to get inside that cutback lane. Taking a move out of Drew's playbook there. Drew loves those cutback lanes up on the outside zones, or inside zones, or whatever those are. But it brings up a 2nd and 5. Now Carolina here kind of feels like Brian is trying to secure the momentum again for his team. What are you going to do here if you're Carolina bracket?
Right now, I'm trying to pick up the first down. I don't want to take a big shot. I want something secure. I want something that's going to move the chains. I know that sounds fairly obvious, but
no, that makes sense.
Oh my goodness!
Especially given the fact that that's definitely not what you did on the goal line in your game this week. But we won't talk about that.
Running out of time.
Is it too soon, Kev?
Yeah, that hurt. As soon as I threw it, I was like,
"Oh, sick, dude."
My receiver didn't even try to turn around.
Yep. And just like the defense didn't even try to turn around to stop Kyler Murray on the previous run or that one, and he just escapes. At what point do you just decide to call a QB spy bracket? Is it on his 7th scramble for a gain, or are you going to be you just going to let it slide? Pardon the pun.
Does Drew know what a QB spy is?
I don't think so. He does have Tyree Jackson with the 85 speed. I don't think he's scrambled ever.
That's not something that's in his forte. It's not a strength of his.
Yeah, he's probably like, what is that? Did the QB just run? I didn't know that was legal. That's hilarious. Nick said in main chat, he said, "LOL Reegs with the underhanded compliment." He said a poor man's Jack when I called Brian a poor man's Jack. Yep, yeah. I mean, tell me it's not accurate though. Tell me it's not accurate. I'm a poor man's I don't know, NWS maybe, like worst version of NWS. All right, Kyler Murray with
Oh
another
goodness.
scramble. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, I guarantee you, Drew is at like full screech right now.
Absolutely. He's now told Paige to stop playing Fortnite so this game.
He is, yeah, he's like, Paige, Google what the hell a QB spy is. They keep telling me to use one. I don't know what that is.
All legal runs. He took off well after the
He did.
pressure.
He
Started
did.
getting to him. It's smart. Take the
That's,
yards.
yep, and that's the risk of running. Oh, wow. Another
Take
awesomely close attempt by Ruiz trying to push his way in. Just couldn't make it happen. Now, to answer what you were saying before, absolutely. I think they were very legal scrambles. I know that scrambling is kind of tough in this league to try and understand, especially for guys like Boone. But
there's
not
a
to name
fine
any
line.
names.
No,
Pardon?
there's a fine line.
Definitely a fine line. But I think those were all legal, especially when you think of it from a strategic perspective. If you're just going to rush three, not leaving any spies, nothing. Yeah, that's the read. That is your
Exactly.
last read. It's not a dump off. It is a okay. Well, you didn't. Congrats. I mean, it's obviously not all game, but I think he's been doing a good job of keeping it in balance here.
Yeah. I'm taking notes for next year.
Yeah, dude. Trust me. Yeah, it's with Lamar. The rubber will hit the road real quick. Oh look. Wow, Drew called a spy. I just saw one on the field. It is
All
guaranteed
out
for
blitz.
sure. Look at that.
Bye.
And there's a wide open, yep, very clearly a blitz. Doesn't disguise it at all. And Kyler Murray takes advantage with the out route to Chris Tatum, the massive man, 6'5", has 4 catches on the day for 78 yards.
I don't think Brian is getting nearly as much respect as he's deserved at this point. Can you really afford to send a blitz at Brian that looks like a blitz?
Yeah, you can't, especially this
No.
close to the goal line. His receivers are built for the out route. He is going to hit you with an out route or a curl or something. He does that very, very well. You got to be smarter than that.
In 3 plays where he sent blitzes, he's hit him for like 64 yards.
We're going to see about 5 pixels on the screen trying to display what the game is currently showing. But I will thank Drew for his beautiful internet. And we will see here with Demarius Murdoch, though, with a nice stop. You'd love to see that from your strong safety.
Cheer. A little side note for Hammer. It's 17 at this point. Have we answered your question yet?
Probably not. What was his question?
How is it prime time?
How is this prime? Fair point. Well, and here goes a nice touchdown to Chris Tatum. I agree. I think it's definitely been worthy of prime time so far. Drew's been playing up to par. His defense still hasn't showed up really, but his offense is clicking. It just took about a quarter and a half to figure out Brian's defense, and he's been capitalizing so far.
One mistake, bad field position, turned over. It's really all that's keeping him out of this game.
Yeah, and what is also keeping him in this game, though, is his receivers making plays. The tight end caught one in like quadruple coverage with guys draped all over him, and then he comes back to him again over the middle on that play action pass. So I mean, his guys are making plays. What we're gonna do here is we're actually gonna pause the game and switch over to Brian's stream, as that'll give us a little bit better quality, so it doesn't look like we're looking through Chad's vision on a Friday night.
Oh, fantastic. Hammer said I fell asleep.
Oh man! All right, guys, we'll be right back, and we appreciate your patience. This is XCFL Primetime Football on XCFL Network. And we are back with XCFL Network. Primetime action. We have the Seahawks at Carolina, looking to make a statement here after he claimed to go Brian hunting. We have owners of the Seahawks, Drew, that infamous statement that he made. I don't know if it was on Twitter or in Maine, but that has haunted him ever since the team draft when he chose to run away from Brian and disappear into the bowels of, I think, the NFC North, and then hiding even farther away in the AFC South. So, really a strange move for Drew, looking like he went from soft ass to the softest of ass in the AFC South.
The softest. Oh my god.
Prove me wrong, AFC South. Prove me wrong. If one Super Bowl, I will say this, if one single Super Bowl appearance comes out of the AFC South next cycle, I'll do something. I got to think about, no, I guarantee you, I personally guarantee there is not a single Super Bowl appearance that comes out of the AFC South. That includes Drew.
That's doubling down way too early.
Yeah, I know. Then we get I don't know, some Tosh 2.0 that steps into the AFC South and just runs the league, pulls a Kylo or something. I would have said a Wings, but Wings hasn't really done anything since he got inherited a beautiful roster from Brent and then won it in his first year. He's kind of just disappeared in the NFC playoff picture.
All right, so the game's back on now.
It is, and it looks a lot clearer, hopefully for you guys as well. Drop a comment to me or a DM if you still having issues. I can help you diagnose some of that. But yeah, Bracket, we do have a game here. So we did switch. It's kind of funny to see the Carolina play calls now. And the strategies mid-game for, here's Hitchens. Oh, trying to make the swat, but the tight end drops it anyway. That's one that you got to haul in if you're the big man.
When he says, "Damn, I disappeared."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, how many Super Bowl appearances does he have since he inherited Brent's God Squad?
Can you really talk about the division leader like that?
I mean,
isn't he 8-1 right now?
I mean, Kylo kind of owns him, man. I don't know. Jack doesn't really own him anymore, but nah, Kylo kind of owns him. In all honesty, I'm just coming after Wings because, he did agree to show up on the show. I was like, Coach Wingus is going to be there. And then he just made up this story that I just mentioned him in the announcement somehow. Like I ever would do something like that. Psh, crazy.
You 100% fabricated his willingness to be involved.
Hearsay. It's hearsay. The word on the street is much more trustworthy than anything else. And the word on the street is Wingus was down, all right? We got a 4th and 1 here. Guaranteed Drew was Googling every rule in the rule book trying to see if there was any chance he could go for it on 4th and 1 from his own 34. He's down
Not on his 34 right now.
Yeah.
I'd like to say that he took his coach's decision in the first quarter. If I'm not mistaken, right?
Well, no, that wasn't his coach's decision. That was his. That would be a fake punt, but you can only do one of those per game. So he did use his fake punt because he used it past his 40. But the fake punt wouldn't even be eligible here due to the fact that it's on his own 34. So the only hope he would have is actually the down 2 or more scores. Let me see what the score is. There's a rule that you can go for it in the 4th. Yeah, he is going for it, and he gets it.
Decision.
No, it's not a coach's decision.
God.
Let me go look at the rules for 4th. Yep, 4th quarter down 9 points or more. So he was down 9 points or more. He's down 10. And he is in the 4th quarter. So
very good.
Yep. So that is within the rules. Good job, Drew. I'm so proud of you for reading the rule book. It's encouraging.
Is it weird that the head of officiating had to read the rule book online?
No, I said I said, to be fair, I had a feeling, a
Man,
gut feeling that he was able to go for it there. It's a gut thing, man. It's an officiating. It's not a black and white unless the rule clearly states that he can go for it down 9 or less, um, or down 9 or more.
what is this?
All right, here we go. We got Drew coming out. Tyree Jackson looking to pass. 2nd and 10. Has a man. Wow, wow, what a juke. Almost looked like his own receiver was going to swat that pass away, but the pass gets tossed through, and your opponent is experiencing network issues. Who would have guessed?
My guess is
So, do we give Paige the force win if she can force Drew to lag out? Is that how we're going to call this one?
Paige the force win or Brian the force win?
I think Paige. Paige would win here. I just want to be a fly on the wall if Drew lags out and the screeching that would arise. That would be a very entertaining proposition. Tyree Jackson down 10 points, looking to score here. In the red zone, has a man. What a pass to Sean Jackson. That man is not human.
The safety broke on the ball, tried to make a play, and even though getting there in time, he manages to hang on.
I'm so proud of Drew. Drew is under the 30%, the 70-30 pass rule. 20 and 10 right now. Very good. Good on you, Drew.
There's no shot that Drew's not screaming.
That Drew's not what?
Screaming.
Yeah, I can see that. And he's probably like gritting his teeth, like let's freaking go, like something like that. Like that's kind of that's my assumption.
I need to remind you of potty words.
Yeah, with a few potty words thrown in there, of course. Also, can you please never use the term potty words on a broadcast with me again?
I was trying to avoid you using the actual word itself.
Oh, thank you.
Podcast
Still
on YouTube.
Still makes me kind of uncomfortable. I don't know why. It's a tough thing. Oh, pass out to the flat there and taken down for a loss. Kyler Murray thought he had the read there, but the linebacker made a great play and stuffs the receiver. That's where roster talent really helps on that play wreck. You love to see the play wreck from the linebacker coming up, forcing the no gain.
What's up, Boone? Joining us late here. To chat.
Boone showing up in the YouTube chat, eh? Love to see it. Let's go ahead and shout out a few guys we see here. I know this is a little bit past Robert's bedtime, or else I know Robert would have been here. He'll probably catch up on it tomorrow, get a good laugh out of it, maybe show Higgy. I know Higgy's still awake. Higgy's a night owl, but Rob likes those early bedtimes. Did see Vangela roll up with an appearance. Very enjoyable.
Yeah, Boone, Wings, Hammer, Walk, Van, Nick's up there. Probably beating his forehead in right now.
Hammer said, damn, shots fired. Oh, man. Well, Coach Guac is very impressed with the stream quality now. I guess that's what happens when you go from like a third world country internet connection to New Jersey. Some of you are probably wondering, wait, New Jersey is a third world country. Yeah, well, it's like a classy third world country with good internet. Same amount of literacy, though, as a third world country, but
Hey, bud, let's circle back to the game.
To the game. Good call. It is a three-point game. Pretty good game here in the fourth. Another big stuff for a run. This is where, like I said before, that roster kind of tends to come in clutch. Murray looking to pass. Gets sacked. That is brutal. Big man Dylan coming through with a huge sack. Seattle has 5 on the day. So, Bracket,
hurts.
one question. Would you call that a massive sack, my friend?
I would call it a big play.
Big play? Okay. Just check.
Yeah. All right.
And another sack. That is Ruiz.
No.
That's his 18th sack on the season. What a play. Nick calls it cheesy, but that's just good old-fashioned finesse moves coming off the edge. Here is Marriott with a huge return up to the 44-yard line. This game has completely shifted in the favor of Seattle. They just have to put the icing on the cake and complete the comeback. Down 17 points before half. They have come roaring back here with 21-7 outscoring Carolina. You love to see it. There's the cover 4 drop. Hits the man in the flat. Great read by Tyree. And he gets a free 9 to 10 yards, bringing up second and inches.
Alex says good internet and running water.
Good internet and running water. True. Which is more than Michigan can say. And here's Ballantyne going up on that little dive, trying to get some yards, but doesn't really get much. Actually loses about a 6 to 10 inches and brings up a 3rd and 1. I will say, gentlemen, I sacrificed greatly for this broadcast. Half of a Wendy's burger is sitting on the counter, and it's too far away because I'm on a wired headset. So, really sacrificed. It's going to be very cold by the end of the broadcast. Just wanted to let you know that I do make my sacrifices as well. Tyree Jackson, hopefully trying not to sacrifice himself at the heart of Brian's rage. And there it is. Tyree Jackson making a nice pass.
Another throw to Brooks.
Yeah, Brooks. He's a monster. What a play.
4 catches, 51 yards.
So I'm just curious, though. We did get some talk and questions as to why you traded Frank Brooks, especially for just a second in this upcoming draft.
Just a tight end that nobody else would have wanted. Because I have a tight end, Corcoran. Wyatt.
Corcoran is pretty goated.
I'm assuming how to say that name. I have no proof that's correct. Nick said we wouldn't mind if you stepped away. Trust me.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Amber said, you like Wendy's?
I
Boone
do
says,
like...
Go Panthers. Boone's in the house.
Boone, maybe you're Drew's good luck charm. Drew's been playing pretty good since you showed up. 2 minutes to go. Tyree Jackson looking to pass on 2nd and 10. Doesn't want to score too fast now, because if you give Brian the chance to match, oh wow, what a break on that ball by David Lacey. Lacey almost comes up with a huge pick, but still forces the incompletion otherwise. Impressive play by the young man, coming over from Washington in a trade a few years back. Been the star corner for Carolina ever since they traded away Dante Jackson over to the Cardinals. No, wait.
It says there's an interception coming.
It was the Jets.
Pressure is different on a league broadcast.
It is. Pressure hits different, man, I'm telling you. This is Primetime. Is this Primetime enough for you? Are you not entertained? What a pass. There it is. Who else?
A solid set of hands. It seems to be open.
Frank Brooks. The most, like...
I don't know if you caught that, but the in-game announcer just mentioned that is Frank Brooks' 100th career reception.
Wow. What a catch. What a time for it.
It's a big moment for him to grab that ball.
It is. And here's a nice run. What a time for a run call.
I like this, Drew.
I do. This is Big Dick Drew here tonight.
Buddy.
Kevin Devine with a nice tackle, though. 2nd and 2. He's hopefully trying to win the game. Oh, man, there it is. Nice tackle for loss. A defense knew a run was coming, and they stuffed it for a loss of 2.
Can Brian force the kick? Give himself a shot to put the game in his own hands?
I think he can, but I would question whether or not Drew would kick it here. Even on fourth, if they can get it in fourth and short, I could see some kind of short pass here, maybe a run on 3rd and 4. Oh, wow, what a
Oh
time for a lag
no!
out. What a time for a lag out. Oh my goodness, that's just brutal.
What is the ruling here?
The ruling here is you basically play 55 seconds of play if I'm
From inside the 20? Oh man.
yes. No, the ruling is you get paged the hell off of Fortnite. That's the key. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You don't do that. That would result in bodily harm. But
Don't upset the page.
I know that is rule number 1 of dating pages. Well, you hate to see it though. Didn't even like lag or anything. It just was like, gone.
It just cut out on us.
Yep.
Hammer
Well,
says,
I'm
wow,
gonna take this
garbage.
opportunity to go get my burger. I will be right back.
Damn. Back, Reese? No. I asked you if you were back.
All right, XCFL Primetime action is back with your boy Regan, and we got Brackett here with me in the booth. Brackett, how about that 15-minute intermission? Almost like when the lights went out in the Superdome, huh?
Oh no.
Just
Something
kind of
like
a
that, yeah.
total total momentum killer. It felt like the Seahawks had all the momentum, and then the internet cuts out. But so to explain what went down in main chat, if you weren't listening or aren't, oh, sick, dude. Let's just desync. That's a great idea.
It's a good start.
Great start. So the plan is they're going to go to the second quarter, just running the clock, killing time, chewing clock, of course, and the only score that will matter is whenever they get down to the 55-second mark. Setting it up is going to be a B and a half.
No, just take knees and pop. I mean, because it's going to get simmed anyway.
That's true. That's true.
Knees with sim clock, or not sim clock, run clock.
Yeah, knees with chew clock.
Chew clock.
Yep,
Jeez.
that's a fair point. And just ignore the commentators, I suppose, because the commentators are going to have an aneurysm. The EA commentators, they're always like, you like punt on first down. They're like, what is this? A punt on first? You know, they're like panicking. They have no idea what's going on. So it'll be you just gotta ignore that. We did start this game at around 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. and we're going on hour 1.5. So Hammer, respectfully, sir, please do not ever request for a game to be more prime-timey because this game has been more dramatic than I think the majority of the games this season. So, gotta love it when something like this happens. You just gotta, actually, bracket. We do have some time to kill, because it's just gonna be kneeing and boring stuff. What would you like to talk about, my friend? The floor is yours.
Awesome. Let's talk about the draft class. Who do you think goes first?
Oh, it's tough. It's tough because I kind of have a hand in that draft class that got made. So
Okay, so maybe I should answer that question.
yeah, I'm gonna have you answer that question
because you part of assembling those players.
Yeah, I mean, the obvious choice. I will go with the obvious choice, and that's Barry Brooks. Barry Brooks has to go number one overall. But who are your like top 5 guys that you really are interested to see?
I mean, they're all the speed dudes, right? You've got Holmes, you've got Barry Brooks, you've got Isaac
Rawls.
You've got Spriggs, the corner.
Oh yeah, yep.
And Spencer Fairley, who was also really fast. And the running back was before my time. Name escaping me. I think Deion Gates. Is that right? No.
Yep, big old Deion Gates. Deion Gates was also fast.
The speed has to be at the forefront of everyone's mind because obviously these guys are starting out as 70s to 75-ishes with a crazy dev, obviously, but you don't have a lot of time to build them, so what you get is what you get, and it's the speed is right now they're ready to play with just because they're fast.
That makes sense.
So I think attention's going to be on the speed, and I think that it would be silly to see a Barry Brooks or an Isaac Rawls just because we know that when they retired, they were at 7 speed. And even if they were toned down a little bit to make it less absurd, the speed's going to have some attention, you know?
Definitely. And I did say this before. Me and Nick did our best to kind of balance the draft class where it isn't going to be... It's not going to be where you got blazing speed guys that are also like really, really talented ratings wise. A lot of those guys are going to have either one or the other, either athleticism or great ratings.
So like Barry Brooks when he first started, he was relatively fast, but he didn't have a whole lot of actual attributes. That was
Basically, yeah, that's
the
pretty
hard work,
similar.
Nick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's very similar. However, we did kind of shoot for, and this is something I kind of discussed with Nick. Basically, you got to look at this draft class as they are a watered down version of their legend selves. So
Perfect.
Barry Brooks, so it's not necessarily going to be exactly how they were um, when they came out as
No, I
rookies.
think I prefer that.
Yeah, you're getting like the rookie version. Does that make sense? Like you're getting the rookie version of
Yeah.
the legend. You're not getting the what they actually were at the time of their rookie year. It's going to be more of like a watered down version. So if they were known for their jumping, or for example, Dion Gates. Dion Gates was known for his speed. So what made him a legend was his just ridiculous 99, 99, 99. Of course, that was in a different year when speed was much higher than it is now. I mean, go look at the running backs. The fastest running back in the league right now is 96 speed. The the second fastest is 95. There's a bunch of 95 speeds, and acceleration wise, the best acceleration is 97. But he also has like 94 speed. So you got to look at
Yeah.
it as like we were trying to balance the draft class essentially. So yeah, I agree. I think those athletic guys are going to be really interesting to see, and I think the combine is going to determine a lot of those players. You're going to see exactly how fast a guy is right away. You're going to be like, oh wow, he's the burner. Okay. Um,
Very cool.
yeah, yeah. I think it'll be really interesting. I think it'll be fun
The
to.
nice little you guys had.
Yeah.
Plus,
What do you think about that? In your opinion, do you think it's a good thing to have the final year?
I think it's cool. I mean, getting a chance to play with all these names that you get to read about, like Jacoby Askew. I'm
Ah,
sure that I'm butchering that name, but
no, that's right on.
there's a Philip Askew in the league this year, and he also has balled out. So getting a second one with the same name and similar kind of career will be kind of cool. You know?
Oh yeah, Nick was very adamant about Askew being one of the better receivers in this class. He remembers when Askew was made. He said he was insane. He was actually one of Dave's guys.
Yeah,
Um, Dave made him a god essentially, and he was big, fast, could run routes. He was just the perfect receiver.
yeah. I'm excited to see some of the defensive talent as well. You know, the Perry Pinnells and the Corey Midlands.
Oh yeah,
Who
yep,
says Askew was constantly or consistently an issue. Maybe that was a little far away.
exactly. And certain guys, I think we're gonna see as the class goes on. The majority of the guys in each class are gonna be the guys that made the impact the last cycle, since those are the guys that most of the dudes in the league will remember.
Sure.
So like most
Yeah.
of the Madden 21 Legends draft will be the Madden 20 Legends. But
Which makes sense.
uh, but the one guys like the certain guys that have always made an impact, like and are in the conversation for best XCFL players ever, like Barry Brooks will definitely still be in there.
Nick said he was a bad man
Oh, he was.
for the 32% rule.
True, true.
Sounds like there might have been some abuse there.
No comment. No comment. Nah, it's yeah, he was the first guy, and Nick has had multiple receivers, like really, really, really good receivers. That was Nick's first receiver he actually ever did break the 32% rule with, and that was his first season. Kind of funny.
Who
Like
is
that's the
this?
one guy. That's the one dude out of all the guys in his. I mean, because he's had some great receivers. Um, that's the one dude, Barry Brooks. So,
Barry Brooks.
yep, holds a
I got
special
you.
place in Nick's heart. He was willing to break the 32% rule just once for that man. He was like, you know what, kid? You're worth it.
Just
And
for you.
yep, just for you. Wouldn't do it for anyone else.
We got Boone listing some players here. I'm not familiar with the first two, but you got Bishop, Todd, and Wall.
Yeah, Bishop. Todd. It's Todd. If you go to, oh man, I can't even remember who made that. It was the funniest compilation. It was like the XCFL not top 10 or something, and
No.
or not top plays or something. It's on our YouTube account. It's just one of like the funniest videos because it has like all the derpy plays from that week, and it's like it's almost like your video series that you started, except like
Zacchaeus put it together.
Zeet did. Oh, that's great. That's funny. Yeah. Okay. In that case, yeah, that was really funny. I enjoyed watching that because it's Todd. It's Todd. I'll always think about that every time. Gordon Todd. It's Todd. Yeah, and that's another thing. We're gonna have me and Nick are gonna do a podcast here shortly and kind of give the backgrounds of each of those players in the Legends draft, just so you know who drafted them, when they were drafted, how they were drafted, what teams they played for, and just so you know you can kind of have a tie to that player and you can kind of understand. So the
That'll be
best
really
part,
cool, especially for the
yeah,
like Wings and Kylo and Kato and
yep,
Willinger. I'm sure the numbers that wrong. Busy. There's so many people. 10 to 15 dudes that aren't even gonna run a couple of these games. So it'll be nice for them to get some backstory.
definitely, and that's really what the XCFL is all about is who made a legacy, who carved out a legacy for themselves in the XCFL, and the Hall of Fame really shows that. And so this is like a living, breathing Hall of Fame where you can actually use the Hall of Fame players at the end of every cycle. I just think it's a really cool way to honor the players and also make that last draft kind of mean something.
Absolutely. Yep.
Because there's
Couldn't have
nothing,
said it better myself.
dude. There's nothing worse than like than going through the draft and it being more sad than enjoyable because like if somebody drafts a really good player, you're like, man, I feel bad for them because they drafted a god, but they're only going to get him for one season. Like that sucks, you know.
Right. That happened to me last cycle. I drafted David Long. He was a 97 speed corner. And I
Wow.
only got to use him for 10 weeks because he got hurt. I was
Oh,
really upset about that. Boone is requesting to be a part of that show when you guys do that. He would like to talk about the legends.
all right. Yeah, definitely, Boone. You'd be a huge part of that. I know that Grizz is trying to put together a Legends draft team where they've got the the classic North South or East West Bowl. It might be kind of cool to do an AFC NFC or I think they're going to draft teams somehow and have like coaches. I don't know who the coaches are going to be, but yeah, definitely Boone. You'd be very welcome on that show.
Yeah,
Um,
you want people that experience it. Boone, Jack, Sean,
yep.
people that were there for it.
You want guys that got cooked by those players, so that because I mean you remember, I remember the
Exactly.
players I got cooked by. I mean
Of course you do.
they stick with you. You're like, I hated that guy, Barry Brooks,
Yeah, no.
man. You could
He
have
hurts
him
you.
in triple coverage, quadruple coverage. I mean, I swear to God, you could call the most perfect play, and that son of a would just bust that coverage. It was ridiculous how that man just would refuse.
I am all too familiar with that concept. Nick was very gracious in being kind with using Barry Brooks because there's no doubt in my mind that if at any point Nick wanted to, he could have posted a 450-yard receiving game on me at any point.
Easily. Yeah, he always said he's like I never if he hit like what I think what his I can't remember what his line is. I think it's 200 yards.
140 is when he kind of like started throwing short passes to him if he had to, but would try to avoid him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Was what I noticed at least. Brian taking it.
Yeah, I think they've decided to
Going out of
kind of
bounds. I see.
yeah, they've decided to kind of start working their way towards the
Fair enough. Understood.
or maybe it was
Now
just to get away from the end
No,
zone.
no. No, this makes sense. They're on the 22. He's got 4 knees. They'll be on the 18, and it should be Drew's ball at that point with about a minute left.
Gosh, we're so close, boys. We're so close. So, gentlemen, thank you so much, and females, if Angela's still here. Um, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We appreciate your patience. And let me see if there's any. Are there any comments asking questions about the Legends draft? Anything like? I want to make sure
Nope.
we're answering.
I've kept you up to date with everything on the YouTube channel.
Cool. Zeeth, all right. Zeeth did that. Bishop, Todd, Rawls, Brooks. He was a bad man. That's hilarious. Guac said, Regan, I appreciate the sacrifices you made to keep this broadcast going.
Yeah, that was about your burger.
Yep. Guac knows, dude. Guac respects the hustle. He knows when to respect a Wendy's burger.
There's nothing respectful about a Wendy's burger.
Dude, Wendy's is pretty decent in my opinion. Like, comparably, I don't feel like complete garbage after eating a Wendy's burger.
I get that. I understand what you're saying about
Bro,
it.
Hardee's burgers, oh my god, I've had to stop. Like,
Weird.
dude, they jacked me up. I have, like, gotten sick off 2 burgers. I got sick off one and was like, maybe it wasn't Hardee's. Nope, it was Hardee's. Never eating a Hardee's burger again, swear to God.
Here it is. All right, Regan, time to get back into the action here.
I know, dude. We're getting close. We're getting really close. So what line were they on? They were on the
The 18.
18?
Yep.
Okay.
Though I'm sure that Drew's willing to give up the 2 yards.
Well, Drew can push forward. Oh, wait.
Yeah, 4 seconds. It's on the 19. This is close enough, I think.
Yeah, I'd call it. Well, no. Wasn't he on 2nd and 10? It was 2nd and 10 from...
No, 3rd and 4, bud.
He was on 3rd and 4?
Yeah, because we talked about him going for it. Or
True,
you talked
true.
about him going for it. I said that he should kick the field goal.
Brian said 0 lag so far. He's so pissed.
He said every single time it's 1 yard. Every time. The 1 yard's not a big deal, or I don't think that it should be made out to be one.
Yeah, the ice really isn't a... Especially if Drew calls a timeout with like 11 seconds to go, which is very possible. I think that's what he did before anyway.
Boone is asking for what the setup is here. So if you could recover that one more time, because it's been 10 minutes since.
Sounds good. So, yep, Boone, the setup is we had an issue with the lag out. So what they did is they went ahead and set up the 55 seconds. And let me see what the yard line they were on.
They were on the 18.
Yep, they were on the 18, 3rd and 4. So they're going to try and set up that 3rd and 4 with 15 yards to go. He's probably going to try to toss it. Nope, they're running up the gut. I think the biggest thing is they're setting up the 3rd and 4. And they're going to be able to use their timeouts. Very smart, because I know Drew only had 2 timeouts. And
now Drew should take a knee here and then call timeout. Or even just a spike would be fine. Oh, no, he's on the 13 now, so he's going to come back a couple yards. Well,
yeah, but that would put him on the
matter.
3rd and 4.
Yeah. So a knee here. He says, and I get less time. I mean, come on, Brian.
That damn second. Holy shit.
Buddy. YouTube broadcast.
That is what it is. Yeah, that damn second is just, that will be the reason Brian loses if he loses.
Yes, Boone, this is the game right here. They got 54 seconds left, and then it's over.
Yep. The setup was brutal, extensive, and painful. Downright satirical at times. but we are here, and here's a timeout. All right, 3 seconds. So we're 3 seconds off. We're on the exact setup, and Drew's about a yard off, so that's fine. Brian loses 3 seconds. Drew loses a yard. This is damn close enough. I don't care. I'm not. But okay, Brian even said, but he gets an extra yard to make. That feels better. I'm glad you feel better, Brian. That's what we're here for, buddy. That feels better. We're all here for Brian's feelings, isn't that right?
Brian said that he was unplugging his mic so nobody could hear what happens when Drew scores.
I'm going to see if Drew can quickly go to sweaty mode or if he's just going to throw an immediate pick.
What in the world?
3rd and 5. Oof. All right. Well, we're 4th and 5. This is the game. I know it's hard to get focused. It's hard for me to get focused as the announcer.
No,
but
he's down 3. He has to kick the field goal here. Yeah. Good call, buddy. Now hold Brian to no points.
I don't know about that.
Force overtime. You want to go for a 5? No, sir. Not against Brian's defense. Not the way that it had been playing.
All right, guys. So for the record, the score right now is technically 24-24.
That's right.
But yeah, that's a fair
left,
point.
2 timeouts apiece.
But see, and that's what sucks about the replay, though, is if he's in that mode, I think he definitely goes for it because he was focused. He was like, screw it, I'm going for I just have that gut feeling. I know Drew would have gone for it, but especially not getting it on that 3rd and 5, you're out of your frame of mind. You're not in the same focus, You're not in that kill, win at all costs, aggressive mindset. You got to be a killer. You got to be a killer, man. I'm telling you. Play soft, you lose. Here goes Kyler Murray. Looking to try to stuff this one into the win column. And a nice pass over the middle.
Wow, that hurts.
Brian only has 1 timeout and can only stop it 1 more time. Drew has 2. Not likely that he'll try to use them here. But the 47-yard line is very close. Isn't it funny? Wouldn't it be funny if Brian was complaining about the ice, and in reality, Drew is going to be the one that gets screwed from not being able to ice him?
Yeah, I don't know why Brian was concerned about wasting second ice kick.
I don't know either. You'll have to ask Brian.
Bruce says Drew ain't got the balls for that, Riggs. He wasn't going for it. Oh, no. Bad coverage fit.
Oof. Well, they're on the 37. Wow, that's tough. But, see, this is where you guard the sideline at all costs. Wow. I don't know, 31 seconds still. That's tough.
Call a run play so you don't throw a pick, and then spike the ball with
because he can't.
Many seconds left.
I mean, he can't. Let me think. I mean, he can't ice him.
Oh, the ball.
Wow, what a catch.
What if that had been picked? Stop it, Brian.
Dang, you hate to see it.
Sure you don't want to call timeout? Okay, I like that.
Yeah, but he can just run the clock out. Wait, no, he can't.
No, he can't.
Yeah, he probably should have called timeout a while ago. That's a fair point. I didn't realize it either.
No, I like the timeout call at 7 seconds because Brian has to make a decision. Give Drew the ball back with 3 seconds left. Try to run a play.
This is brutal. You know he would have iced him here if he could have. Oh, and it goes through.
Oh, I thought he pushed it.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it.
No.
It did. The initial run was going right. Man, you hate to see it, though.
It says no timeouts left. Throw it. Here is Drew's saving grace.
Well, here it goes. Oh man, he has the lane.
Don't
Oh, no.
it.
Whoa. Oh, that was so close.
Why
tries
did
the
you
spin
think
move. He
that?
almost had the open field. I know Brian was pretty clenched there. Whew, that's a tough one.
No. If Drew had scored a touchdown on that, Brian would have revolted because he got suspended for doing that once, for cutting left and then bringing it back around right
Oh, with the
on the kick return.
oh, that's funny.
It set up the weird little bubble, and Nick told me he wasn't allowed to do that. So
Ah.
Brian would have threw his controller through his TV and been upset about the whole thing. Yeah.
Yep, sounds about right.
So that is game 27-24. We are done here, fellas.
What a game. That was primetime action. It was a little slower than we would have liked it to be, but GG's to all around, and congratulations to Brian on a well-fought win. All right, Bracket, anything you want to say before we close out the broadcast? It has been a long one. We're going on hour 1.46 here.
Thanks for having me on, and I'm pretty sure that it's too late for me to run to the store to get what my wife wanted. So,
yep, very likely.
dealing with that
Godspeed,
in
my
the
friend.
morning.
Enjoy
Thanks
the
for that,
couch.
fellas.
Yeah, Godspeed, man. Enjoy the couch. We wish you the best.
Also, for Hammer, that was definitely worthy of prime time, sir.
Absolutely. If he didn't fall asleep, he did say he fell asleep before. So,
Right.
if Hammer's still with us, say good old fashioned "I told you so" from Bracket. And Bracket, on behalf of me, I would like to say I told you so that you were going to lose
I'm done talking to you.
to the Dolphins.
All right.
I did tell you that. Just
You
to
did.
clarify. Anyway, all right. Thank you so much for watching, guys. That was a lot of fun. And Bracket, thank you for hopping on the broadcast with me. This was enjoyable, and we got to do it again sometime. All right.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having
Good
me.
deal. Well, gentlemen, this is Regan and Bracket signing off. This was XCFL Primetime Action on XCFL Network. Later, gentlemen. Blah. Words are hard.